All right, today I'd like to show you how to design the LED sign on EnRoute and get it ready to cut out on the CNC plasma cutter. This is a pretty straightforward process. There are a couple steps, and if you listen to this video and watch the video, it's really going to help you out with this process. So the first thing I do is I'm going to jump on Google and I'm going to look for a silhouette that's going to work out. So what I'm trying to do is make a silhouette of Lake Huron, and it's going to go along with my Lake Michigan and my Lake Superior cutouts that I've already made. I'm going to make it fairly large. It's going to hang on a wall and be a little bit expensive to make with the materials, but overall I think it's going to be kind of neat. So I'm going to, I picked the first silhouette I found. And then at this point, I think I'm going to do a screenshot. That seems to be working really well. So I'm going to go new on the screenshot. And I'm going to make a box around my shape. And then I'm going to make sure I know where I'm saving this at. I'm going to save it on my desktop. I was already practicing this to see if it was going to work good for my video, so I'm just going to replace it there. So I know one of the problems a lot of students have is they don't know where they're saving their work to. So now I can open up EnRoute, and actually before I can open EnRoute and do a lot, I need to convert that image. So EnRoute only works with JPEG and bitmap images. It doesn't work with other images. So what I need to do here is go to Image, Converter to JPEG. And I've used this one before, so I'm going to click on this one. And I'm going to find my file. So my file, I'm going to choose it from the device. And there's my capture file right here. And I'm going to upload that. And then I need to download it. So now this will end up in my download folder. So that's where this is going to be, in my download folder when I'm ready to use it. So now I can open up EnRoute, and I'm going to click on the new document. I'm going to make my plate 46 by 46. The biggest the plasma cutter can cut is 48 by 48, so this is still pretty big. And then I'm going to import a file. There's my capture. It's in my download, so I might have to look through here, and figure out where it's at. Then I have to make sure that this is selected to JPEG bitmap, because Adobe won't work and those other ones won't work. And then I hit open. So now right now I have a shape that EnRoute just doesn't know that it doesn't know how to work with. So I need to convert that, and you go to vectorize bitmap, and now it's going to make it to an image that is recognizable from the machine. So here's my image now, and you might have to ungroup things and delete parts, things that you don't want. To make this better use of material, I'm going to rotate it. So I'm going to click in the center and then click off to the side. So that way it uses less material. And I might enlarge it just a little bit because I think I can get this shape. I hit shift, I hold shift when I enlarge something. And I do that so it's proportional. Then I'm going to hit Control F2. Don't hit Function F2 because that will mess up put your computer into sleep mode. So that will line this up in the corner. It looks like I can make this just a little bit bigger yet. Now I'm going to ungroup this. So I want to separate the islands from the outer shape. So I'm going to go Transform Ungroup. And now you can see the outer shape is separate from the islands. I'm going to use a function called offset. And this is going to help me place my bolts. So I went offset 1 inch. And so that gives me a spot to put my bolts on this line. And then if I come over here to the right side where the snaps are, I'm going to select this snap. It's to nearby contour. And then I am going to select draw circle. And I'm going to pick a circle. The bolts I'm going to use are going to be 1/4 inch carriage bolts. So I'm going to pick a circle a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it a radius bigger than 1/4 inch so the bolt goes through without a lot of problems. So this is, you know, 1/8 of an inch is 0.125. So I'm going to try 0.14. Now I'm just going to place these around the perimeter about every 6 to 8 inches around the perimeter is where I want my bolt holes to go. And you can sit here and mess with this and, you know, get them placed exactly where you want them. But I'm going to kind of move through this fairly quick at the moment just so I can be efficient here. And I'm just kind of keep moving along. All right, so there are my bolt holes. Now, since I'm using carriage bolts, I'm trying to make the top bolt square. So I can delete this line now. I don't need that. I'm actually going to copy this. So I'm going to go edit, copy, and then now when I paste it, it's going to be pasted directly on top of it. So don't hit paste again because it worked. It's just right on top of my existing shape. And then I use shift to drag it off. So one of these will be this will be the back plate, the part with the circle holes. And if you wanted some text on this, it's going to go on the front plate. So this is going to be my front plate. And I'm trying to do square holes now on the front. So I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to select center to circle or arc. And I'm going to start dropping in the square. So the square, the size of the square I'm making is 0.28 is what I'm going to go with on the size of the square. And I'm dropping these in on top of the circle now. So it's selecting the center point of the circle, which makes this really fast for me to drop these squares in really effectively. And that's going to be awesome. So I think I got them all. Now I'm going to zoom in, and this part's going to be a little bit, it's going to take a little bit longer. But I'm going to start deleting the circles. So I'm trying to delete the circles. Now remember, I can't move anything on my other drawing now, or else these aren't going to line up, right? I have to be careful not to accidentally move, a circle from the other drawing, because it's really not going to work out correctly if I do that. So I'm going through deleting the circles. So this is going to work out good for me. And I missed one down here, I think. Nope, I think I'm getting that. So I'm just rolling in and out with the mouse button. The mouse roll, not sure the name of that part. So I'm going across, deleting these. I just have one more to do. So this one has the square holes, this one has the round holes. Now this one, like I said, this is the one I'd have text on. If I want text, so now would be a good time to put some text in or something like that. I see I have this square pretty close to this spot. I probably wouldn't do that. If I was ready to cut this out, I'd probably adjust that. Now I'm going to do a toolpath. So I'm just going to select one at a time for the toolpath. I'm not going to do them both because they won't fit on the machine. I'm going to go routing offset. I'm going to pick the plasma tool, put in a depth, and I like to use 0.02 for the depth. And I'm going to put in the exit entry points. So the arc is 0.125, and the angle is 30. Arc is 0.125, angle is 30. So I want to exit and entry point. Hit OK, hit OK. And now you'll see the exit entry points right here. So the machine will come in this way, go back around, and then leave. And it kind of leaves in the center. So that looks pretty good. So this is it. This one's already toolpathed. So I'm going to send this first one here to the machine. I'll delete the toolpath, put the toolpath on this one, and then I'll have to center it again. So let's say I just got done cutting this one out. I'm going to toolpath, I delete the toolpath. I'm going to get this one back out, and I'm going to go Control F2, and I'm going to move it 0, 0, 0. Now I can put my toolpath back on, and then I can cut this one. So hopefully this video helps you out with your LED sign. Make sure you're saving your work. So File, Save As. Save it somewhere you can find it. And that will really help you out to make this. And then you're going to have to move it onto a flash drive to cut it on the plasma cutter. All right. Well, good job. Get this thing done.